The View co-host Sunny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud.
Sunny Hostin, her husband accused of committing federal insurance fraud in a lawsuit.
Hold on tight, because this story is a wild ride. Sunny Hostin, the bold and outspoken co-host of The View known for her fiery takes on politics and pop culture, is now at the center of a scandal that has everyone talking. This isn't your typical celebrity gossip, we're talking federal lawsuits, fraud accusations, and whispers of serious behind-the-scenes drama. If you thought Sunny's focus was just heated debates on daytime TV, think again. This scandal has her name plastered across headlines, and it's got all the twists and turns of a roller coaster ride. Let's dive into this jaw-dropping saga.
Stuff. Let's just not forget who she is. She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic failures.
Let's dive into the heart of this drama. Drew Emmanuel Hostin, Sunny Hostin's husband, was once a respected orthopedic surgeon, until a bombshell lawsuit changed everything. American Transit, a major insurance company, has accused Drew and nearly 200 others of running an elaborate fraud operation. This isn't just a case of minor billing errors. The lawsuit claims that Drew was performing unnecessary surgeries on patients and then pocketing the insurance payouts. To make this even more intense, the case is being filed under RICO laws, the same ones used to dismantle organized crime. This isn't a mere slap on the wrist, it's a serious, high-stakes legal battle that's about to unfold, and it's got everyone on edge.
According to the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgery.
Here's the twist: rumors are swirling that Sunny Hostin might have known more about her husband Drew's alleged activities than she's admitting. Before becoming a household name on The View, Sunny was a federal prosecutor, known for cracking down on corruption. The irony here is thick. People are speculating that Sunny could have used her legal expertise to help cover up her husband's tracks. Was she the mastermind behind the operation, or is she just an innocent bystander caught in the mess? The internet is on fire with theories, and everyone's got an opinion on whether Sunny was complicit or just blindsided by her husband's actions.
This is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York. You guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia.
Let's break down the lawsuit. This isn't just your typical courtroom drama. American Transit is accusing Drew and others of exploiting New York's no-fault insurance laws, which are meant to help accident victims cover medical bills without proving fault. According to the lawsuit, Drew and his alleged co-conspirators turned this system into their personal cash cow. They're accused of performing unnecessary procedures, submitting fraudulent claims, and raking in tens of millions in illegal payouts. Here's where it gets even juicier. Under RICO laws, any damages awarded could be tripled. If Drew and the others are found guilty, we're talking potentially billions in penalties. That's enough to destroy even the most solid careers.
Oh, he was scamming insurance companies from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers. He was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services in exchange.
But wait, it gets even more explosive. Reports have surfaced that federal investigators executed a search warrant at the Hostin residence, allegedly discovering large sums of cash hidden away, stacks of money that have raised serious questions. Was this cash linked to the alleged fraud scheme, or is there another explanation? Sunny has vehemently denied any wrongdoing, calling the accusations against her husband baseless and insisting that their family has nothing to hide. But when federal agents are rummaging through your home and rumors of hidden cash swirl, it's hard not to wonder if there's more to this story. Sunny, known for her bold opinions and no-holds-barred commentary on The View, has never shied away from controversy. However, her critics are now having a field day, accusing her of hypocrisy. How can she sit on national TV calling out corruption when her own household is under intense scrutiny? It's a fair question. How does someone who spent years demanding accountability reconcile that with the allegations facing her husband, and possibly even herself? Social media is ablaze with people calling for Sunny's resignation, claiming her credibility is shot. Others defend her, saying these are just accusations and she deserves the benefit of the doubt. But let's be real, the court of public opinion is rarely kind, and Sunny is learning that the hard way.
Oh, but it's just, I mean, you're married, Tom, you're married. If your husband's doing something, if he's allegedly doing something like this, you guys would know if your wives were up to.
The public backlash has spilled onto the set of The View. Sunny's co-hosts have been notably tight-lipped about the scandal, but the tension is palpable. and fans are picking up on it. Some are speculating that the network might cut ties with Sunny to protect the show's reputation. The View thrives on tackling tough issues and holding people accountable, so can they keep Sunny on the panel while she's embroiled in such a messy legal battle? This question is only adding fuel to the fire, and the drama is escalating.
So we know Sunny Hostin and her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, are preparing for a legal battle to fight accusations that he committed federal insurance fraud.
Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. This story isn't just about one doctor allegedly committing fraud or one TV personality facing backlash. It's about the intersection of power, privilege, and accountability. Sunny Hostin has always positioned herself as a champion of justice, someone who fights for the little guy and speaks truth to power. But if these allegations hold any weight, it could shatter that image. And let's not forget the patients allegedly caught up in this scheme. If the claims are true, real people, many of them taxi and rideshare drivers, were subjected to unnecessary procedures for profit. That's not just unethical, it's horrifying.
And it's a very serious crime. In fact, it's one of the largest, if not the largest, RICO case in New York's history.
Let's not forget the legal implications for Sunny herself. If investigators uncover any evidence that she was involved in her husband's alleged activities, she could be facing charges of her own. This isn't just a slap on the wrist, this could mean potential prison time, financial ruin, and the complete collapse of her career. The pressure is mounting daily. But Sunny isn't backing down without a fight. In a fiery statement, she blasted American Transit, accusing the company of running a smear campaign against her family. She claims the lawsuit is a desperate attempt to avoid paying legitimate claims and insists her husband is innocent. Their legal team, led by high-profile attorney Mark Gagos, has already threatened to countersue American Transit for defamation, demanding $5 million in damages. According to Sunny, the lawsuit has caused irreparable harm to Drew's reputation and their family's emotional well-being. However, critics aren't buying it. They argue that Sunny's combative response is just a distraction to shift focus away from the serious allegations against her husband.
Sunny Hostin of The View, who's constantly raging about race and reparations and how bad America is and its racial past and all this stuff.
The irony is hard to ignore. For years, Sunny has built her career on The View, calling out public figures for their misdeeds, holding people accountable. Now, the tables have turned, and she's the one under the microscope. It's a classic case of the hunter becoming the hunted, and the internet is loving it.
On that panel, she is self-appointed, she knows everything. It's great to see her ego take this hit, but I think it will be short-lived.
It's amazing to listen to her talk about.
As the legal battle unfolds, one thing is certain, this story is far from over. The lawsuit against Drew Hostin is expected to drag on for years, with endless court filings, motions, and discovery processes. With so many defendants involved, expect plenty of finger-pointing and shifting alliances. But the real question is, how will this scandal impact Sunny's career and public image? Can she weather the storm and come out on top, or is this the beginning of the end for her time in the spotlight? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, this is a story we'll all be watching closely. Beyond the drama, this situation has sparked a wider conversation about accountability, power, and the fall of public figures. How do we hold those in power accountable? What happens when the icons we admire fall from grace? And in a world of rumors and speculation, how do we separate fact from fiction? These are the real questions at the heart of this scandal, and there are no easy answers.
Oh, no. I think that it's very helpful that he's handy, and when we travel, I'm not picking up any bags. He's the one that's hefting them overhead. He throws the garbage out. Right. He does the heavy stuff.
If you thought things couldn't get messier, think again. The next chapter in Sunny and Drew Hostin's saga takes the drama to a whole new level. Just when it seems like the chaos has reached its peak, another bombshell drops, leaving everyone stunned and wondering what's next. As more details emerge, it's becoming impossible to look away from the whirlwind surrounding them.
It does not look well when your name ends up with 200 people in a RICO investigation. This is the biggest investigation since Giuliani shook the tree and a bunch of mobsters fell out, right? This is big stuff. And so, and thank you for bringing that video. It sure is ironic that she's up there. So, but
let's dive right back into the thick of this. While the allegations against Hostin are jaw-dropping on their own, the ripple effects of this scandal are just as fascinating. You've got a high-profile TV personality, a household name, someone who's built her entire brand on being a voice of reason and a fighter for justice, Sunny Hostin, suddenly being dragged into the mud of her husband's alleged misdeeds. And here's where things get juicy. People are now starting to question if Sunny might have played a bigger role than she's letting on. Could she have been more than just a supportive spouse standing by her man? Could she have been actively involved in the inner workings of this alleged scheme? The whispers are getting louder, and the speculation is only intensifying. According to some sources, Sunny may have used her legal background, she's a former prosecutor, to help Drew navigate the murky waters of this alleged operation. There's talk that she might have helped funnel money through a series of shell companies, using her expertise to create a paper trail so confusing that investigators would struggle to connect the dots. If that wasn't enough, there are also allegations that she acted as a middleman, helping to move funds in ways that would make them nearly impossible to trace. Now, to be fair, these are just allegations, but it's hard to ignore how it paints a picture that raises serious questions.
Totally different perspective on this. I don't really know what happened with this. The facts will come out. What I have a problem with is the core of who this woman is. Unlike you, I don't watch The View, bro. All I do is see clips.
I know, it's just like twice a day.
But here's all I hear from her. America's violent, America's racist, America's bad. Okay.
Let's add another layer to this already complicated mess. Over the years, Sunny has been open about her personal life on The View, discussing her family, marriage, and values, all while cultivating an image of being relatable and grounded. But now, people are questioning how much of that image is genuine. If even a fraction of the allegations against her husband are true, it raises serious doubts about what's been happening behind closed doors. Here's the irony: as someone who's built her career calling out others' behavior, how does she reconcile demanding accountability while potentially turning a blind eye, or worse, allegedly participating in something so questionable?
Today's video comes to us from Sunny Hostin. Sounds like a town. We're in Sunny Hostin. She was on PBS's Finding Your Roots, a show dedicated to researching celebrity ancestry. For context, Sunny is a staunch supporter of reparations and has made a fortune spewing nonsense about white privilege and racial justice.
The hits just keep coming, especially for The View. This scandal has put the show in a tough spot, and the tension is palpable every time Sunny steps onto the set. Her co-hosts have been unusually quiet about the situation, which is strange considering the show is built on tackling tough topics and speaking truth to power. The silence is deafening, leaving fans wondering if something's happening behind the scenes. Could producers be weighing their options, wondering if keeping Sunny on the show is worth the potential damage to its reputation? The View thrives on controversy, but this is one they didn't see coming.
Wow. I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Let's talk about how people are reacting to this whole mess, because social media is flooded with opinions, and they are not holding back. On one side, you have supporters defending Sunny, claiming she's being unfairly targeted due to her husband's alleged actions. They argue that she shouldn't be judged for something she may not have even known about. On the other side, critics are tearing into her, calling her hypocritical and demanding she step down from The View. One commenter even wrote, "As always, Sunny Hostin has actually brought this situation on herself in the first place." Another fan didn't hold back, calling the entire show racist and hateful and demanding it be taken off the air. Emotions are clearly running high, and the court of public opinion is as divided as ever, but let's not stop there. This story keeps getting messy. Remember how Sunny has always positioned herself as a champion for the underdog? Well, the allegations against her husband paint a very different picture. According to the lawsuit, Drew Hostin's alleged scheme targeted some of the most vulnerable people: taxi drivers, Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, people who often lack the resources to fight back against a major fraud operation. If these claims are true, it's not just a betrayal of public trust, it's a betrayal of the very people Sunny claims to fight for. That's a narrative that's incredibly hard to recover from.
You're right. Anytime she says something stupid, I'm going to go, slave owner!
Let's shift gears for a moment and talk about Sunny's response. she's not sitting quietly, hoping it all blows over. Instead, she's come out swinging, accusing American Transit of running a smear campaign against her family. In a fiery statement, Sunny claimed the company has a history of filing frivolous claims, has been investigated by New York State, and has even been sued by Uber Technologies. Sunny, along with her husband's legal team led by the infamous Mark Gagos, has threatened to countersue American Transit for defamation, demanding $5 million in damages. According to them, this lawsuit is a desperate move by a near-bankrupt company, trying to avoid paying legitimate claims. However, critics aren't buying it. They argue that Sunny's aggressive response is just a distraction, shifting focus away from the allegations and onto the insurance company. Whether this strategy will sway public opinion remains to be seen.
One thing, and I would have even actually not give her any is she said, well, I guess that's just what they did back then.
Yeah.
She should have followed that up with saying something along the lines of, and I understand that that's a departure from the way I've talked about this before. That was to me, the one thing that was missing.
Yeah.
Amidst the chaos, Sunny has remained on The View, tackling hot-button issues with her trademark fiery commentary. However, fans have noticed a shift in her usual confidence. There seems to be tension in her interactions with co-hosts, and it's as though she's trying to maintain normalcy while everything around her unravels. The question now is, can she continue this act? Some speculate that the network might be re-evaluating her future on the show, weighing whether her presence is worth the potential risk to its reputation.
Exactly, because if she is shaming descendants of this, will she continue to do that when she is now one of them, Dana? And it is funny, she's so wrapped up in identity and she had no idea who she was.
This scandal goes beyond just Sunny and her husband. It's about the broader implications of public figures falling from grace. It's a story we've seen unfold many times, yet it never loses its intrigue. How does one rebuild their career when their credibility is in question? How do you regain the trust of an audience who feels betrayed? These are the questions Sunny will have to navigate as the saga continues. So, where do we stand now? For the moment, we're all left in suspense, wondering what will happen next. Will Sunny and her husband be able to clear their names, or is this the end of the road for them? And what about The View? Can the show weather this storm of controversy, or will it be forced to make difficult decisions about its future? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going and see if we can untangle this web together. Stay curious and keep the speculation alive.